channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Ellie, and today's video is a video that frankly I did not expect to be making this soon. I thought I had like months before I could even sit down and think of how I was gonna film this video, and to be honest with you, I haven't even thought about how to make this video. I just came here today and was like, you know what, let me just film it. So where do I start? So I got my last blood test done that you guys saw in my last video I was gonna get done, and I got the results already. And those were, for those of you who don't know, the tests that were gonna determine whether or not I have a blood clotting disorder, which was the last thing that they had to check. They had already done all the other routine blood tests for recurrent miscarriage diagnosis, and this was the last one. So whenever I got the call, I was very surprised. I actually was expecting the call from the doctor, and then I found out that she was in an emergency and with another patient, and I didn't get a call till later that night. So I was like full of anxiety, just stressing out. I mean, you can imagine, right? Like, life-altering information is supposed to be delivered to me today and it hasn't been delivered. So I just sat around, waited, and I think around 6 p.m., 7 almost probably, I got a call from my doctor, and she's like, hey, so I'm calling to give you the results for your test, and they came back negative. Everything's fine, you're perfectly fine. At that point, I was like, oh, okay, okay. And then she started talking, and she was like, well, you know, I don't want you to get discouraged. I don't want you to give up or anything. But honestly, there's really nothing I can tell you now because you're fine. And I'll get into how I feel about that later, but continuing on with the story, I was kind of in shock. I was not expecting it. Like, at that point, I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it, you know. So I was surprised, and I was disappointed. Part of me was disappointed. For those of you who have been here, you guys know that I've been holding on to hope for those tests in particular, just to give me the comfort of answers. And now I don't want anyone to misinterpret this as in, oh, well, I'm ungrateful that I'm healthy. Like, oh, like, so you're healthy, like, you know how many people are suffering. That's not what I'm saying at all. Like, I do not want to sound ungrateful at all. And for those women who have been in my situation, I think you guys can relate. It's not about being ungrateful for being healthy. I thank God every day for my health, that I can get up and I can move and I can do the things that I do and take care of my wonderful daughter that I already do have. It was just the fact that getting diagnosed would give me an answer as to what I have to do. Like, not like a magic pill or anything, but like, hey, so this is the problem, this is how we can fix it, there you go, simple. Now it's like, well, you're fine, so there's no reason for this to be happening to you. But it is. We don't know why. And there's nothing that you can really do. You know? So you just sit here being like, well, now what? You know, like, what am I supposed to do now? I can't be like, oh, well, I just have to take this medication. Oh, well, I just have to do this one thing. Now it's, what do I want to do? And that is one of the hardest situations to be in. And I'm gonna get a little bit deep with things, so bear with me. But finding out that there's nothing you can really do is really frustrating. Especially for me, I'm a control freak. So whenever I feel like something is out of my control, it gives me a lot of anxiety. It just stresses me out. And for it to be about this major thing in my life that has caused me so much grief so much joy, so much fear, so much confusion. It's like, it has been one of the things that has most impacted me in my life, and to know that I have absolutely no control of it is scary. It's really scary to me. Now, within being scared, anxious, stressed, you name it, of course, as a Christian that I am, I always believe that even though I am not in control, and I don't like that, I really don't like that, I know that God is in control of everything. I don't know why everything has happened the way that it has. I don't know how things are gonna go in the future. I don't know what's gonna happen. I wish I did. I wish I could just, you know, call God and be like, hey, so how many times do I like have to be prepared to go through this, because your girl needs like some sort of warning or something, because this is a lot. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. I have to have faith and I have to trust. And you know, I'm not saying that I don't feel scared or frustrated or upset or sad. I do, and that's perfectly normal, because we're human beings, and going through everything that you've gone through, if you're in the same boat as I am, you have every right to feel all of those things. And I do too. And it's part of the process. Within this process, I've realized that it's a lot about how I pick myself up and how I decide to react to the things happening to me. I've always been a very, I don't want to say negative person, but kind of a pessimistic person, like glass half empty kind of thing, like, oh, and this, and then the other thing. And going through this, Lord, it's really made me try my hardest to be a glass half full person, because if I didn't do that, I don't know what would happen. And it's hard to talk about, and I'm being very vulnerable and putting this on the internet for probably a handful of people to see, but still, I feel like all in all, that is part of my purpose. That is part of maybe why this has happened to me. Maybe it was meant to be my path so that I can lead others through that same path. I don't know, but I'll try my best to be as much help as I can to anyone going through this. And if you're watching this video, if you just so happen to stumble upon my channel in this video, know that I am here for you, that I am actively praying for you, that I wish you all of the best things in the world. You know, I wish you get all the answers that you want and that you need, and that I wish that even though you might not get those answers, you have the strength to continue on regardless, because that's what I pray for myself. That's really all I can do. And I would like to say I'm in a good place about it. Scary, like I said, terrifying. But I know I'll get through this, and you will too. And one of the things that I wanted to touch on is how this affects your mental health. And you know, everybody likes to talk about mental health, and mental health is a very, very real and important thing. And I've always been a super healthy person. Like, I've never really been sick, never been hospitalized. The first time I stayed overnight at a hospital was when I gave birth to my daughter at 22 years old. Like, never had any issues. And it feels like ever since then, so many things keep popping up, and you hear doctors say, well, this is wrong, or that is wrong, or this or that, and like, or not even that, like, you miscarry over and over again, and then somebody tells you you're fine, you're perfectly fine, and you just have to take that news and sit there and try to think, how can I possibly be fine when I feel like my body's failing me, when I feel like my body isn't right, isn't doing what it's supposed to do, and you're so frustrated because you don't understand it. And the doctors, who are the experts here on this earth of all those topics, can't even give you an explanation. And it's not their fault, you know. I mean, they can only do so much with the knowledge that they have. But it's been a real struggle for me to feel like, always like, oh, you know, I don't have any health issues, I'm perfectly fine, da da da. And to all of a sudden feel like I'm having so many health complications and things and doctors and visits and stuff, and feel like my body is failing me, like my body just can't. But then somebody checks it and they're like, it's like 100% like perfectly healthy. I don't even know what to say about that. It's very interesting. It's made me think a lot, and just think, because I don't even have answers for all the things that I ask myself. But it's a process. Now, what I've decided to do is take control of my health in general, and, you know, lose a few pounds, get in shape, you know, just try to be the healthiest version of myself, because I try to think logically. This body is going to be the house of my rainbow baby someday, the one that I will hopefully get to keep, and I have to make it the best house that I can, the safest house that I can, the strongest house that I can. And that's my mission now. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you've seen me, the times that I do remember to post whenever I'm working out. I feel like it kind of keeps me accountable, you know, to be like, oh, I should post, I'm working out, or like I should work out. And, you know, obviously some days slip up here and there, it's fine, you know, it happens, life happens. Some days it's raining. Where I live, it's pretty rainy, sometimes it's even kind of cold still, so it's not the best. I try to do home workouts, but yeah. Anyway, that's my plan right now. Let me know if you guys want to see me go through my plan and make the changes that I plan on making. My meals, because I'm changing that a lot. My workouts that I'm trying, I want to try new and different things just to keep myself motivated and not just do the same thing over and over again. And yeah, just let me know if you guys want that. I have a super exciting video coming up on my channel. I'm not going to say it's the next video because I'm not really sure yet. It depends on a lot of things, but I think you guys will really, really like it. If you guys have a partner or spouse that has gone through this with you, that would be an awesome video. So you guys keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.